Good evening. Good evening. Bonsoir tout le monde. Oh, no bonsoir here?
Bonsoir.
Oh. Well, we could say buenas tardes. It's Caribbean. It's all the languages. My name is Mary Jo Montos. I'm the director here at Flatbush Central. And on behalf of my CEO, James Johnson Pyatt, on behalf of the staff here at Flatbush Central, and specifically, more especially on behalf of our legacy vendors, we welcome you to our space. Welcome home, bienvenue. You are home. Actually, we are in La Caille Lounge, so this is where we need to be. I want to thank Miss Camille Hastic for bringing this to us. A wonderful group, wonderful. Comptroller, I don't even know what to say. Welcome to Flatbush Central. And we do hope that, you come back, you keep on coming back. It's a wonderful space. But I only have 2 minutes, and Danielle told me to speak to you a little bit about this space where we are standing. So I'll make it kind of quick. So imagine, once upon a time, this here was a parking lot. It was a parking lot.
Yes.
Okay, and we had the street vendors, we had diaspora women who were selling on Church Avenue, Flatbush Avenue, Caton Avenue, Nostrand, and everywhere. So they came in, they did what they knew, they did what they did back home. They sold on the streets, and they were harassed by the police. Their merchandise were taken, they got ticketed. So fast forward, there was one person and the power of one. It takes sometimes one person. There was one person who looked at this and said, you know what? This is wrong. And she became an advocate. And I'm actually in shock, Dr. Clarke. I did not know you were here. I thought you were still in Jamaica. So she became an advocate. She took the cause to City Hall and other places. She ran, she made it a campaign, she won. She became the first Caribbean Jamaican Council member. Dr. Una Clarke. Salute and kudos to you. We say it all the time when we talk about the history of the market, Dr. Clarke. We owe it to you being here. So I'm continuing because I only have 2 minutes. So from the street to the parking lot under the tent, from the tent to a structure, the first Flatbush Caton Market with Mayor David Dinkins and then Mayor Giuliani. And from Flatbush Caton, Brooklyn became what? Brooklyn became the place to be. Everybody wants to be in Brooklyn. Yes. Okay, the developers and everybody else. My son tells me Brooklyn is a vibe. Okay? So, fast forward, the developer came, and then we're not going to go into the details. But what actually happened was the developer got the land. BRP was the developer. They developed the building, but I wish, Dr. Clarke, we have to talk later, because I wish that I knew the name of the person who put it into the contract that we will move our vendors, but we have to bring them back. So yes, we have a flagship building, 255 apartments, but we transferred the vendors to Clarendon, and we brought our vendors back. And that's why we call them the legacy vendors, okay? So we lost some to COVID. They came back, and they are all here. Some elected not to return, but we returned with 29 vendors. So it's a good thing. Please applaud our vendors. From that, so we've been here since February 2022. Again, thanks to Dr. Clarke. I saw my CM here, thanks to Council Member Rita Joseph, our supporter here. Our supporter. Am I missing any other elected official? I don't know. Thanks to you. Oh,
The braids.
Congresswoman Clarke.
Yes.
I didn't see you. I'm sorry. I did not recognize you, and I was like, "It's the bread. What happened to the short pixie?" Okay. Thank you for coming and welcome. So, I would tell you, this is a wonderful place to be. This is home. The market came back. The market is the past. The market is the present. But we also have a food hall. That's the present. It's a business incubator. We incubate restaurants here. Thank you for using the food hall vendors. And we also have a commercial kitchen, the lowest price in Brooklyn. The lowest price in Brooklyn. If you live in 11226, it's almost gratis. If you live in NYCHA housing, it's low. And even the regular, it's the lowest price in Brooklyn. So having said all that, we have the body care lab, we have a design lab, we have a community business academy where we are graduating our 4th cohort, where we train entrepreneurs to come in and do their business. So I don't want to keep Comptroller DiNapoli waiting, but I want to again say thank you for coming in, but more so, please come again and let people know about what a wonderful gem we have here. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you. Merci en pile.
Give her another round of applause.
Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening to all the honorees and our elected officials. I think I need to move a little bit. Can you hear me better now? Thank you. Congresswoman Clarke, Rita Joseph, Councilmember Rita Joseph, Mama Clarke, and everyone else, our honorees. Thank you for being here. My name is Camille Hastic. I'm the daughter of Dr. Roy Hastic and Ida Hastic, who partnered with Mama Clarke on this vision of redesigning and housing these vendors in a better space and on the street and in those containers that they used to be in. The space was a collaborative effort with many elected officials, leaders, private and nonprofit partnerings. My sisters can attest to, who are here today, can attest to different renderings, marketing, and communication plans that went out to the community to let them know what was happening in the space. We are proud today to be in the space to hold this event, and thank you all for being here. There were 3 different locations, just a little bit of history. Started off on Church Avenue, thinking that that was a spot, and then Erasmus Hall was another spot, but we ended up back here home on Flatbush and Caton and holding the vendors back here at Flatbush Central to what it is today. Today I work at the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce under the leadership of Randy Pierce. I'm the Vice President of External Affairs and Government Relations. This position affords me the opportunity to visit the space and get to know the management, Mary Jo, Kamishara, Orlando, and even Abdul, and also the food court and industrial kitchen and meeting rooms in the spaces in the back. I watched my father negotiate pricing into the contract to benefit the community to utilize this space for decades to come. I'm honored and I'm humbled to be here today to see the space activated for a day like this to celebrate Caribbean Heritage Month. Thank you to Comptroller DiNapoli. And now, Thomas DiNapoli is our 54th Comptroller of State of New York. Many of you may not know this, but he is an Islander, a Long Islander. Tom was raised in a middle-class union household and saw the value of hard work and stretching every dollar in the example set by his parents. In 1972, Tom won his first election and served as a trustee on the Mineola Board of Education, bringing the first 18-year-olds in New York State to hold public office. He attended Hofstra University, earning a bachelor's degree in history and graduated magna cum laude. He worked in telecommunications industry for 10 years and earned a master's degree from the New York School University's Graduate School of Management and Urban Professions. In 1986, he ran for the New York State Assembly and was elected 11 times to represent the 16th district in northwestern Nassau County. Tom was elected state comptroller on February 7, 2007 by a bipartisan majority of the state legislature to fill a vacancy in the office. He was elected comptroller by the voters in 2010, 14, 18, and 22. Tom is known for his integrity, independence, and even-keeled leadership. His record as state comptroller reflects an unwavering commitment to protect the people's money, keep government accountable, and build toward a better future for New Yorkers. And if I please could just say that he's also a friend to Mom and Dad, and we appreciate all of their friendship and leadership over the years. He also shares a birthday with Mom and calls and makes sure to send a handwritten birthday wishes every year. So your loyal commitment to my family has always been appreciated, and thank you for being a friend and my old boss. You can't get rid of me, not even if you try. Just wanted you to know we will remain friends forever.
Give it up for Camille Hastic, that wonderful introduction. Thank you, Camille, so very, very much. And welcome to everyone. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yes. I think it is. And happy Caribbean. Did I say it right, Congresswoman? Not Caribbean, Caribbean. I got to get it right. I got the orders from Yvette Clarke, Congresswoman. But this is a wonderful evening to celebrate Caribbean heritage. This is the month for us to do it. This is our 10th annual Caribbean Heritage Celebration. Wow, I can't believe 10 years. So I'm really honored so many of you could be here. Give it up again for Mary Jo Montrose, the director of Flatbush Central, gave us the history, and also arranged for a nice tour for me earlier. And I hope some of you got to enjoy some of that delicious food that was out there. Did you get to try some? Yes? Yeah, good, good, good. So we have some wonderful honorees. We're going to get to that in a moment. But as you heard, we're really honored that we have both Clarkes here, right? The Congresswoman and the legendary City Council member, CUNY Board of Trustees, Dr. Una Clarke. Give Dr. Clarke another round of applause. Very special person to all of us. But talk about someone who set a high standard that her daughter has certainly followed and taken it to the next level. I'm really honored, and I know she has a busy schedule. She can't be with us the whole evening. But Yvette Clarke, Congresswoman, was one of our past honorees at this event, at this celebration. She is an incredible fighter for all of us, not just her Brooklyn constituents, but for all of us in New York State, in Washington, in the House. And Lord, do we need good fighters in the House of Representatives, right? And you can't have a better advocate for all the people than our wonderful Congresswoman. I'm so honored she could stop by. She's going to share some thoughts. She wants to recognize the honorees. So give it up for our own Congresswoman here from Brooklyn, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke.
Thank you so much. Let me start by acknowledging our extraordinary comptroller. You heard of his lifelong commitment to public service, Comptroller DiNapoli and his team. We've just been joined by our public advocate, Jumaane Williams, to Council Member Rita Joseph, my council member who represents me in the New York City Council. All other elected and appointed officials here present, to the Honorable Dr. Una S.T. Clarke, Mama, to Ms. Mary Jo Montrose and her team here at the Caribbean Market, to the sisters and brothers here gathered, members of the beloved community, a pleasant good evening to each and every one. Oh, excuse me. And to our very highly regarded, extraordinary honorees this evening. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. Greetings to everyone. It is wonderful to be home. I tell people I come back to Brooklyn to detox. because Washington, D.C. is a very toxic place these days. I'm Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, and I proudly represent you in New York's 9th Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives. And before I begin, let me first say what a distinct pleasure it is to be in celebration with you all this evening, Caribbean American heritage and culture. Thank you to our extraordinary New York State Comptroller, the Honorable Thomas DiNapoli, for extending the invitation and welcoming me this evening. And let me return the favor to him by welcoming him back to the 9th District of New York. And I thank you to everyone in attendance for joining us for this celebration, celebrating this evening's honorees, as well as reveling together in the sights and sounds of the Caribbean. The Great Caribbean Mosaic within this room is an extraordinary sampling of our extraordinary Caribbean diaspora here and around the world. As the daughter of 2 Jamaican immigrants, I am more than familiar with the greatness. Are there some yardies in the place? All right. Just wanted to be sure we're representing, because I know there's Grenadians in the place. I know there's some Haitians in the place. I know there's some Guyanese in the place. I know there's some Trini in the place. I know there's Trini in the place. I know there must be some U.S. Virgin Island? Crickets. What's going on? Barbados in the place. Suriname, too. Suriname in the place? All right. So we're all accounted for and all represented. We are all familiar with how the greatness of America is weaved together by the families and communities who hold diverse perspectives and backgrounds. It's weaved together with the hardship, pains, triumphs, and victories of those who have graced the shores of our beloved nation. That's part of what makes the Caribbean American Heritage Month so very special. It's our opportunity to celebrate the distinct art, delicious cuisine, unparalleled music, and profound history of our cultural contributions that we hold so dear. It's our precious time to remember our mothers, fathers, grandmothers, and grandfathers, all of who came before us to ensure that we had a better life, to ensure that you and I could have the opportunity not only to live, but to prosper. While we've gathered today in celebration of the nation's culture, values, and morals, and the people so dear to our hearts and the beloved by so many, I would be remiss to not mention the pain of our sisters and brothers residing in Haiti and what they're feeling during these very difficult days. As each of you know all too well, there is an urgent need for Congress to act to address the ongoing perilous crisis in Haiti. Now, Haiti has faced crises before, and that's true, but nothing compares to the generational devastation we are witnessing today. While there's no easy answer to what our nation owes Haiti, every American must understand that Haiti is inextricably linked to the United States. Our fates, our stories, our histories are deeply intertwined. So let me be clear. America owes a debt to Haiti, a debt born from Haiti's struggles and our own history of misdeeds. Haiti is part of our story, and we are part of theirs. Repairing the damage must start here today. Repairing the debt must start here today. And that's why throughout his administration, from the Department of Homeland Security to the U.S. State Department, I've consistently called upon the Biden administration to take immediate and necessary action to stabilize Haiti and secure a democratic transition led by Haiti's civil society, steps that are necessary to ensure that a Haiti-led democracy and freedom ring true in America and in Haiti and around the globe. And from providing vital humanitarian and economic aid, expediting visa processing, to extending temporary protected status and halting deportations, there are meaningful steps the United States can and must take to support Haiti and the safety of all her people. I believe we have a moral duty to deliver the progress our Haitian neighbors at home and abroad are counting on. Because we are a nation of immigrants, and our success, our strength, our growth of our society stems from those who seek a better life here and their piece of the American dream. So let me repeat, a democratic transition led by Haitian civil society is the only path forward. Self-determination, the idea that people decide their own fate in government, is a founding principle of our nation. This is the Haitian people's inherent right. It is the American people's moral imperative, and it is all of Caribbean people's mission and fight. Together, I am certain we have the power to deliver the progress our Haitian communities here at home and Haiti neighbors abroad are counting on, because ours is a courage and commitment without equal. So let me thank our Comptroller once again for welcoming me this evening. Happy Caribbean American History Month, Heritage Month, and happy Juneteenth, everybody. It's certainly my honor and my privilege to be home to speak with you this evening. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. And as my mother would say, one love, bless up, and walk good. Thank you.
Wonderful. You're the best. Thank you. Give it up again for Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. And for each of our honorees, the Congresswoman has left citations. We will present them to them at the appropriate time. Give her another round of applause. Those important words. And he snuck in, but I'm delighted that he did. We're joined by our public advocate, one of our past honorees at this event. I'm trying to remember. Was it Grenada? Yes. Yes, I remembered. You can't get that wrong. I better not get it wrong. Give it up for our public advocate, a real fighter for the people of New York City, Jumaane Williams.
Peace and blessing. Love and light, everybody. How you doing? Wagwan. What's the scene? What's the vibes? What's up from Brooklyn? Happy Caribbean Heritage Month. Happy Juneteenth. Thank you to our Comptroller for allowing me to speak, but just allowing us to celebrate and recognizing the importance of the Caribbean culture. Appreciate it. Our Congresswoman, our City Council member who's over there in the back, and of course, Dr. Clarke, who had the lay, who helped lay the path for all the Caribbean electeds who are coming after, and to all of our honorees. I know, hey DJ, keep playing that song on and on. Congratulations. I know the Carafest owners. I don't know if, I didn't see Carmen Charles.
Yes, she's here.
Oh, congratulations. And assembly members here?
Yes.
Oh, Pete, whatever you're going to do, it's going to be great. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
I'm on, I know she opened a harness nest, so I'm gonna just shout out Renee Carrick and Petit Martinique. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. But this is a great month to celebrate Caribbean heritage, Caribbean history, and this city, this state, the country wouldn't be who we are without immigrants and without the Caribbean story. So whenever we can take some time to set aside some time to celebrate, it's awesome. Also, look how far we come, man. Remember this parking lot here?
Yeah.
You see where we're at now? So shout out to the market. We got a whole market. We got a whole cultural center. That is awesome. So I just came by to say thank you. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But if I can, I want to say one thing. It's a private conversation between me and the Caribbean folk. It's about the asylum seekers, if I could really quick. And some of y'all heard me say it already. Y'all been saying some wild stuff about the asylum seekers. So the only thing I'm asking my Caribbean people, I know you're vexed. You're vexed. I understand you're vexed. But I just try to remind my people, some of y'all overstayed your visa a little bit. Some of y'all came for school a long time ago, school finished, you're still here. I know my family's stories. I just want to make sure we don't forget our own story. And I know it's kind of frustrating when you see folks come in and you ain't get what you're supposed to get yet. So I want you to remain vexed, remain angry, but just please stay angry at the government that didn't provide what we're supposed to provide. Don't get angry at the people who are coming after you came to try to get the best life for themselves. Can we do that? Let's do that. All right. And I always say, hopefully nobody gets, mad at me. I don't lose any votes. Don't talk about me when I leave. You can talk about a little bit, but not too much. Shout out to Assemblyman Richardson. I forgot to shout her out over in the back. Diana Richardson in the house. Thank you so much again. Peace and blessings. Love and light. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jumaane. Thank you. Give it up again for our public advocate, Jumaane Williams. I know she's been acknowledged, but if our great council member, Rita Joseph, would like to offer some greetings, I'll invite Rita up as well. Come on, Rita Joseph, doing a great job representing the people of this district.
Yes, thank you so much. I just left the budget meeting, so I'm in the budget fight of my life. Good afternoon, I'm Councilmember Rita Joseph. I represent this beautiful district with such amazing community that I represent. Thank you, Dr. Clarke, for making sure that I can sit in this seat today and represent this district. Congresswoman, thank you, Comptroller, and to all of you here. I'm in the fight of a budget fight right now, so I just left budget meeting, but I wanted to say happy Caribbean Heritage Month to you all, and thank you so much, Congresswoman, for fighting for Haiti in Congress and being our co-chair of the caucus in Haiti. We thank you on behalf of the Haitian community. But to my other Caribbean family, thank you for all that you do. Thank you that allow me to stand here today. I stand on so many shoulders. Don't want to take too long, but thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And with all the important budget fights, Rita Joseph is a great, great advocate for our schools and for education. And thank you for that. Give her another round of applause. So you've been very patient, but I have a few things to say too. So I want to thank and get to our honorees, which is most important. Again, thanks to Mary Jo Montrose and Flatbush Central for hosting us. Thank you to Camille Hastic again. She was too generous with that introduction, and she reminded me of just how long the friendship is with the Hastic family. And Camille, as you probably gathered, she worked with us in the Comptroller's office, and we were sorry to see her go to the Brooklyn Chamber, but she is doing an extraordinary job as the Vice President of External Affairs and Government Relations, and the bond between the Comptroller's office, me personally, Camille, and the Hastic family continues, and it's enduring. And Camille, thank you so much for everything you do. Where'd she go? Did you hear anything? Oh, she's eating. She's eating cake, Congresswoman. All right, but you heard what I had to say. So, look, as you all know, this is a very special month to celebrate very important community and a very important heritage. And it's really, and thank you, Congresswoman, for, I think you mentioned every single nation that's represented.
That's St. Lucia.
St. Lucia, okay, St. Lucia. And St. Vincent?
And Panama.
Panama. Aruba.
Yes, we forgot to score my Irish.
Well, she did a pretty good job. So one of the great parts of the celebration is celebrating the cuisine. And we had certainly wonderful opportunities to taste some delicious food this evening. So I do want to acknowledge the small businesses that helped us with the food and refreshments. Georgie Catering in New York City, Brooklyn Blends, Yardie Q, Two Girls and a Cook Shop. And we have from Lloyd's a delicious cake. Lloyd's is in Manhattan and the Bronx. And Pat Williams spent an hour and 45 minutes, she told me several times, in an Uber to bring that cake to us. So how about a round of applause for all of our food vendors who are helping us this evening. Certainly we see, and you got a taste of it this evening, with the great representation that we have of Caribbean leadership in our city, in our state, in our nation. It's not a complete list, but certainly we acknowledge our Vice President, Kamala Harris, former Secretary of State, Colin Powell, Shirley Chisholm, another legendary Brooklyn leader, civil rights advocates like Malcolm X, W.E.B. Du Bois, artists, musicians, Harry Belafonte, who we lost recently, and certainly Sidney Poitier, thank you. We heard from our great Congresswoman, Yvette Clarke, Jumaane Williams, our public advocate. How about our ambassador to Jamaica, former Assemblyman Nick Perry, right? Senator Roxanne Prasad, who was one of our honorees in the past as well. And that's, you know, that's an incomplete list by far. Certainly, Dr. Clarke being here, a living legend right here. So honored for your presence and for everything you've done, your connection to this place as well. And Roy and Ida Hastic, Doctors Hastic, their vision for this property, for this community. We miss Roy each and every day. We're delighted that Ida is doing well in her new home. And I learned so much from the Clarks and those many visits to the Hastic home. I'm sorry, in the backyard, right on the porch, Yvette. Right? We got to share that, and the vision of CACI, of the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce, to really encourage the entrepreneurship of this community was always Dr. Hastic's vision, and certainly what's happening here at the market is that vision in reality. So there are great legacies, particularly in Brooklyn. And I'm proud to say at the Comptroller's office, again, not a complete list, but these are the folks who are here, our Deputy Comptroller for Intergovernmental Affairs and Community Relations, Erin Stevens. Her family hails from Barbados. Our Assistant Comptroller in that division, who did so much to pull this event together, Daniel Jones, Barbados and Jamaica. Our Bronx Regional Representative, Alethea Williams, Trinidad. Our Director of Statewide Engagement and a former Assembly member representing Flatbush and neighboring communities, hailing from roots with St. Martin and Aruba, Diana Richardson, the Honorable Diana Richardson. And my assistant in the New York City office, Lisa Belk-Lewis, Trinidad. An incomplete list, but that's who's here. Certainly we see the incredible positive impact of the Caribbean community in our city and our state, Brooklyn being the epicenter of all of that. You know, about a quarter of all immigrants are in New York City are from the Caribbean. Over 1 million New Yorkers of Caribbean ancestry, 250,000 of them residing right here in Brooklyn. So it's a very rich culture. We see it all across the city, certainly here in the borough of Brooklyn. So economic growth, certainly that we celebrate in Brooklyn, so much of it has to do with a very positive impact of immigrants, in particular the Caribbean influence. So just some statistics, right? Controllers always have numbers and statistics. Between the years 2012 and 2023, we saw employment increase nearly 80% in Crown Heights, 56% in Flatbush. Obviously, those are two communities with very strong Caribbean population. Faster growth than we saw in Brooklyn overall. The number of local businesses in Crown Heights increased by over 60% during that period. Again, nearly twice the rate in Brooklyn. So these numbers really tell the story. New York would not be where it is today without the impact of Caribbean immigrants and the many contributions of this community. So now more than ever, we really do need to focus on lifting up all immigrant communities, not building walls, building bridges instead. So that needs to be a priority. We try to do that in many ways with management of the pension fund. I'm very proud of the fact that we have the most ambitious and successful program to invest with women and minority-owned firms anywhere in this country. We always put a priority on diversity, on equity and inclusion. That is a key priority for the Caribbean community, for communities of color. That's how we have a more just and inclusive New York and a more just and inclusive America. So, as you know, we are recognizing individuals and organizations as well. And as the late Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm said, the first black woman in Congress and the child of immigrants hailing from Guyana and Barbados, she once said, "Service is the rent that you pay for room on this earth." And certainly I'm very privileged to recognize the honorees that we have this evening, because these are individuals who certainly hold high standards of service they are definitely paying the rent for room on this earth. So we have Jasmine Mohammed Rodriguez and Ryan Rodriguez. We have Renee Neufville. We have DC 37's Caribbean Heritage Committee, represented by co-chair Carmen Charles and Assembly member Kimberly Jean-Pierre. Give them all a round of applause. I'll call them up one at a time now. So I will call each of the honorees up. We'll do a quick presentation and we'll let them offer some words. So first, I'd like to call forward Jasmine Mohammed Rodriguez and Ryan Rodriguez, owners of Cara Festa Restaurant. So let me tell you a little bit about their story. Cara Festa Restaurant was opened by Jasmine's parents in 1997 and became a neighborhood favorite for its outstanding Guyanese and Caribbean food. It was at the restaurant that Jasmine met Ryan. The two fell in love. Isn't that great? And Ryan left his job to work at Cara Festa, helping Jasmine continue her family's legacy. Jasmine and Ryan have taken the traditional recipes of Jasmine's parents and updated them, keeping the original soul while adding a creative twist and providing customers with a classic Guyanese experience, generating admiration for their delicious food, devotion to the Bronx, and deep connection to each other, their families, and Caribbean culture. So I congratulate Jasmine Mohammed Rodriguez and Ryan Rodriguez and join with everyone here, all the people of New York, in wishing them continued success and happiness.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here on this special occasion representing the Bronx, but most importantly, representing Guyana. Ryan and I would just like to thank you, Mr. DiNapoli, and his team for putting together this event. We know there is no shortage of Caribbean excellence in this great city, so we don't take it lightly that we get to be among the wonderful people that get to stand in front of you today. It truly is an honor. Both Ryan and I were raised in Guyanese homes. My mother, like his mother, and most Caribbean mothers, led with an iron fist. Growing up, I often wondered why I seemed to be growing up in a boot camp. But it wasn't that at all. As I got older, I realized my parents put me in a master class on how to live a quality life with Caribbean manners and, most importantly, Caribbean work ethic. Yes. There was no way we would be unsuccessful. My parents, like most immigrants, came here with basically nothing. But they were so dedicated to creating a better life for their future and for the future of their family. Endless hours and perseverance has brought New York City Cara Festa Restaurant, serving the tri-state and beyond for nearly 30 years now. Wow. Thank you. From two Guyanese immigrants who I am so proud to call mom and dad. Sorry. Together, Ryan and I represent every first-generation Caribbean American child whose parents sacrificed everything for us to be able to attain the American dream. And now it's our turn to work tirelessly so that now our own little doll can also appreciate that honorary hyphen, Caribbean American, Guyanese American. Thank you all so much again.
That was beautiful. Thank you. You got me crying. That was beautiful. Please give a round of applause again for Jasmine and Ryan. Beautiful story, and everybody better go to Cara Festa Restaurant, right? Right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Give them a round of applause again. Thank you so much. We have wonderful honorees, and we have a real celebrity in our ranks as one of the honorees. So what a privilege to call forward acclaimed singer, songwriter, actress hailing with Jamaican roots, Renee Neufville. Renee, please come forward. Oh, there you are. Born in Brooklyn to parents of proud Jamaican heritage, Renee went to Temple University in Philadelphia, where she met classmate Jean Norris. And the two formed Jumaane.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right. That's right.
Where's the applause for Jumaane? An R&B group that was signed to Motown Records and produced a platinum-selling album, as well as hits such as Hey Mr. DJ, Sending My Love, and Groove Thang. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. By the way, Renee wrote or co-wrote 10 of the tracks on that album, on that record. Isn't that something? Renee later evolved into an accomplished jazz musician, touring internationally for 15 years. We shared stories on some of the countries that she visited as lead vocalist and pianist for Roy Hargrove's group RH Factor, earning 2 Grammy nominations for their albums while developing an acting career and empowering girls through her work with the United Nations Foundation's Girls Up campaign. Her music, her voice, her acting, what an incredible career. And she's just getting started. And so really, she was very kind when she came. She said, thank you so much for this honor. I said, you are honoring us with all of your commitments, that you would make time to be part of our Caribbean Heritage Celebration. So please give it up for Renee. It's a pleasure to honor you.
Thank you so much. When I got the call, I was in shock. I was taking care of my father. As you can see, he's gone. He's 85 years old.
Yes.
He was a school teacher here in the District 18 educational system here in New York. Trained in Jamaica, Michael, and Michael, old student. My mom was a registered nurse, yes, KPH. But I had to ask myself, because I'm really not one for pomp and circumstance, even though we put on my nice frock and suit and thing for you. But usually I'm very, very casual. I'm a community-based person, but I knew I had to say something, especially in this season of my life where I've had to put my professional work down for a moment to be there and stand there for my father. My mom, she left us, she had cancer, and she left us during COVID, and so now it's me and him. So I asked myself, what is my core motivation? What is my why? What is your why? Well, what makes you feel alive, abundant, and complete? You figure that out, and then you find a way to get there and to do that. For me, I like to say that I am in constant and perpetual pursuit of what I consider to be magic, that spark. Music was my vehicle. As long as I can feel a sense of connectivity to the people, I feel accomplished. Simple. I won't be here forever, as we are all sort of passing through this place, but I ask myself, have you been felt while you were here? This award proves in a tangible way with the naked eye that I did something right. And for this acknowledgement, I thank you. But I'd like to talk a little bit about the people, because this is less about me and more about the people who are constantly informing me. It is about my mother, who instilled a sense of groundedness in me. My father, who instilled the fight in me. My brother Tony, who brought the love of vintage Jamaican music to me. My community of friends, who constantly serve as a harness to my soul. They pull me up, and they hold me down. All the people that inspire me. I am the great-granddaughter of the son of an enslaved African. in Jamaica. And I brought attention to his name, Neufville, in my own way. Remaining firmly rooted within this community. And proving that you can both have the global visibility and a local impact through God's grace without abandoning yourself. You don't have to run away. You can stay right here. Because I believe that the magic that I seek is right where you plant your feet. And it's where you decide to water your roots. And that's okay. So I say to you, ask yourselves, what is your why? What makes you feel alive? Figure that out, go find that, and go do that. I say to you, stand tall, stay true, using the words of my mom, Joyce, give thanks for each and every day, and the word of my father, Ren, own it. I'm going to leave you with this. If I could mail my heart right to you, I would. I would pack it up, seal it tight, and not send it overnight. I'm sending my love to you. Renee Neufville. Thank you. Thank you.
That was extraordinary. Thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Give it up for Renee Neufville again. That was incredible. Are you surprised she's such a successful songwriter? Unbelievable. That was beautiful and from the heart, and just so special that you would be here with us. And thank you for sharing that. That was an inspiration. Extraordinary. Give her another round of applause. Next, I'm going to call forward Carmen Charles, Committee Co-Chair of DC 37's Caribbean Heritage Committee. The Caribbean Heritage Committee of DC 37 was created to give a voice to the Caribbean population within New York City's largest union, DC 37. Give it up for DC 37. And to honor the contributions of hardworking Caribbean members. The Caribbean Heritage Committee sponsors events to showcase the food, culture, languages, and traditions of the Caribbean community, including a pre-Labor Day Carnival jump-up fundraiser and a formal gala, right? Some of you have been there. The committee is led by co-chairs Carmen Charles of Local 420 and Fitz Reed of Local 768. The committee presents educational forums exploring the differences and similarities of Caribbean nations and highlighting the diaspora's contributions to the labor movement. Where would we be without our unions? And DC 37 is among the best. This committee celebrates the rich diversity of Caribbean American culture in New York City. Carmen, thank you so much for all your work, the work that the committee does. We're really delighted to honor you, and a reminder again of just how important the labor movement is to all of us here in New York. Give it up for Carmen Charles.
Good evening, sisters and brothers.
Good evening.
First, I give honor to the Comptroller, and thank you, sir, for this great honor. More importantly, for protecting my pension. Okay? To the great Dr. Clarke, to Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, and to the elected officials, fellow honoree, and every person from the Caribbean diaspora. I came to this country 45 years ago. Didn't know what my future was going to be, because I came here as a very young wife, married to a military person. But the marriage didn't last, and I came to New York. And I started working as a nurse's aide on Roosevelt Island. Didn't know where that was. But the one thing that I learned working at Roosevelt Island is the power of advocacy. When I started working, I worked the midnight shift. I had 2 young children, and we didn't have a place to take our breaks. And so one of the very first fights that I had on the job was to have a break room, and we were successful. I learned that from my grandmother, and as I receive this honor today, for all the women that have laid the blocks so I can stand before you as one of the largest public sector locals in New York City. Dr. Clarke, I thank you. Shirley Chisholm, Lillian Roberts, and for all those women that have taught me to stand up, raise your voice for something that is greater than me. And I continue to do that and to empower others who are coming. And if anyone would say that Guyana is not a part of the Caribbean, I will fight you. Okay? So I am a proud Guyanese, and I'm just gonna say this. I know that this is not a political event, but sisters and brothers, don't buy into the hype. Please register to vote. This is one of the most important elections of our lifetime. Don't buy into the hype that Joe Biden is old. Would you rather have an old man or a madman? Okay? So, for all of us who's watching TV and we're listening to Fox News, weigh your options. Weigh your options and weigh them very carefully. And as I leave you tonight, don't let us be divided. Please don't let us be divided, okay? We are here. We work hard to build this country, and we should never let anybody demoralize us and dehumanize us. Immigrants are important to America. We are here to stay, and we wouldn't let anybody turn us around. Thank you so much.
Give it up again for Carmen Charles and DC 37 Caribbean Heritage Committee. For our finale, we have a very special honoree, someone who hails from my island, Long Island. And I'm very, very privileged that she would take the time to travel in. She's not a stranger in Brooklyn, though, and it really is a pleasure to call forward the Honorable Kimberly Jean-Pierre, member of the New York State Assembly. Please come forward. A little bit about our Assemblywoman. Born and raised in Brooklyn by parents who had migrated from Haiti. We heard a lot about Haiti. Congresswoman, thank you for those important words. Kimberly Jean-Pierre earned a Master of Science in Public Policy from Stony Brook University in 2007 and embarked on a public service career. She held many important staff positions, working for some great elected officials and working in important government positions. And you know what? She said, I can do that as well, if not better than these other folks. And she decided to run for office. In 2014, was elected to the New York State Assembly from a district in Suffolk County. And she has really excelled in the People's House, the New York State Assembly. She has been a dedicated advocate for working families, fighting to increase funding for child care and pre-K programs, working to keep health care costs down, and very successful in dealing with the issue of discrimination in real estate. She was able to get enacted very important, groundbreaking legislation to fight discrimination in real estate. Newsday did the whole series, and I know you followed up on that. She has really been serving her entire life as a community activist, staying very true to her Caribbean roots, including in her role as Vice President of Haitian Americans United for Change. She also has most recently, has served on many important committees in the State Assembly. She currently serves as chair of the Veterans Committee, which is a very important committee in the Assembly. Now, she's opted not to run again, but we haven't heard the last of her, right? So her career is going to take off, and she's going to be doing even more public service, so stay tuned on that front. But it really is a privilege, yes, to honor the Assemblywoman Kimberly Jean-Pierre for all of her past work, certainly her stellar service in the State Assembly, and more importantly, to wish her well for the future, for her next endeavor. Give it up for the Honorable Kimberly Jean-Pierre.
Good evening. It is truly an honor to be here with my fellow honorees. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. And to everyone, congratulations on all of your accomplishments. It's together. There's no I in team. But to the Comptroller, thank you for making sure our pensions are intact. I want to agree with my sister over there. But for this honor, because when I got the call from Mike and he told me it was going to be on Flatbush, I said, wait, I grew up here. I remember the Blockbuster was across the street, so, and this, when I walked in here today, this is a phenomenal place, because I do remember the women selling here. I'm Haitian American. I cook. I have a Haitian born man, so I gotta cook that real Haitian food. So I would chuck 2 hours on traffic to make sure I get my real John and everything else I needed. I've been into this marketplace before, but to really be here, because this is the community that shaped me and allowed me to be fearless to run in Suffolk County as the first African American to run in my seat. This is the community that shaped me. I went to PS 135. I went to Medgar Evers College. I graduated from Brooklyn College. I graduated from Tilden High School. And so I say that to the kids and to the community that here. And I always say, because on Long Island, we think Long Island is a place of wealth. I say Long Island is a pocket of wealth, because we have lots of Black and brown kids who are suffering in community, because we tend to think that Long Island is a place of wealth. So I say that to say that is, and I always tell the kids when I visit school, a zip code does not define your future. A zip code does not define where you're going to be. So I take this award for all of my Tilden heads, we say, to all my Medgar Evers fellows, to all my Brooklyn College, and I bring it to Long Island, and I say to my community, you can do it. My mom was a home health aide for 27 years. I lived this way, I lived that way, I lived this way. I remember all of the neighborhoods that I lived in, Crown Heights and East Flatbush. So again, I take this honor, and I thank you. And to the Congresswoman and Mama Clarke, thank you for what you're doing and all the communications we have for the people in Haiti. Thank you so much.
For everyone, thank you so much. You've been a very patient audience. It was a great celebration. Congratulations to the honorees. Thank you again to the Clarkes for honoring us by your presence. Enjoy.